When I was a kid in Rochester growing up, I loved lake effect. That's what got me into weather. So I've been interested, and I've actually kept notes when I was a kid too about what I observed. So this is going back to since I was like 7 years old maybe. The basic ingredients for lake effect are we need much colder air than the lake water temperature to be going over the lake. It gets the bubbles of warm air, moist air coming off the lake and evaporating and recondensing to form the clouds. So you want more westerly winds coming across the lake because that goes across a greater part of the lake to pick up more heat, more moisture off the lake. Those are the key ingredients, but they're so narrow and so local that trying to predict which city is going to get hit is very, very difficult even still to this day. A lot of times the band likes to hug the south shoreline of Lake Ontario, and that kind of directs the band south of Oswego into Fulton and Minetto. So that's why sometimes Fulton Minetto gets more than Oswego. So there's these little differences of shoreline shape, and also the lake temperature can also have an influence about where the band sets up. The best model that predicts lake effect snow accurately in our area is the Canadian model, believe it or not. So they have some of their schemes can better produce what's going on out over the lake to help us better predict where the band is going to set up. So generally I teach my students, put more weight into that model than any of the other models. Yeah, this is a few weeks ago, February of 2025, where a lot of our models were showing the band hitting Syracuse. The environment was suggesting the band was going to be farther north, maybe closer to Oswego. And this was just like a 12-hour forecast. And a lot of the TV meteorologists were showing the model data, showing the band hitting Syracuse. So a lot of people thought Syracuse was going to get hit. My students and I were saying, no, we think it's going to be more closer to Oswego because the model had a south bias at that time. It was predicting it too far south, so we corrected for that. I've seen so many lake effect storms in my life, but each one is a little bit different, a little bit of a different challenge to forecast. So, and anytime I look out the window and I see at nighttime that glow of white because it's snowing so heavily, I'm like a kid again.